And now I'm going to make for you what's called the cup of green comfort, and it's going to be a green-based soup. A couple very simple ingredients. We're going to be steaming some broccoli. Very easy to steam broccoli. Just add some broccoli and a little bit of water in a pan, cover it up, and about 10-15 minutes when it starts to get a little soft, you're all good to go. I did this already in advance for you. I love these containers from TriBest, and the reason for that is if I have additional broccoli or vegetables, I can just easily store it back in the refrigerator and use it the next day or the following day, or even freeze it if I want to. So here, I'm going to be just taking about a cup or two of broccoli, depending on how much soup you want to make and for how many people you're making the soup. And again, I'm using this Vitamix blender. The reason that I do that is it just makes the soup so much more creamier when you blend your vegetables like that. It makes it easier to chew. So I'm going to put about a cup of broccoli in for now. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use about a half a clove of garlic. You don't want to use too much garlic in your soup because I didn't steam this. This is raw and it's going to be very overpowering if you put too much. So about half a clove. If that's a little too spicy for you, maybe about a quarter of a clove then. So I'm going to put that right in there as well. I'm going to add some water. I have about 2 cups of water. General rule for a good soup is whatever ingredients you're putting in there, about 2 times the amount of water to the ingredients. So I'm going to add the soup. If you like it thicker, of course, add less water to it as well. I also steamed some onion for you as well. Steamed onion really adds and enhances the flavor of any soup and sauces as well. The reason we don't want it raw is if you just put it in raw, it's just going to way overpower the taste and it's going to be very difficult to eat. So again, I steamed it there for you as well. I like to go ahead and spray some Fortisalt. It's a mineral supplement in there, just to give it a little bit of a saltier flavor. If you're not using any salt at all, then just go ahead and omit that. I'm going to go ahead and blend that. Okay. After you blend that in your blender, what you're going to do is you're going to transfer the contents into your pot. And you're going to basically heat this up on low heat, nice and creamy for you, just like that. You're going to heat that up for about 5 to 7 minutes. When it gets nice and warm, this is the part where you're going to start adding some really yummy things to it that are super low in calories but high in nutrients. You can add your choice of beans, maybe a cup or 2 of beans. I'm using Great Northern beans here because they really complement the soup, add a nice contrast and texture. And what these are kelp noodles. If you've never tried kelp noodles, you're in for a big surprise because they're very similar to rice noodles without the starch, and they have a lot of nutrients and very low calories.
All those kelp noodles there are probably about 3 calories only.
They're super, super filling. I know because I've eaten a lot of them. And they really fill you up. So when you transfer them back into the soup, you can go ahead and keep heating it for about, let's say, another 5 or 10 minutes. The kelp noodles would get a little bit more softer if you like them that way, or they can stay crunchy if you prefer it crunchier. And then we're going to put it right into our bowl. And certainly you could add spices that you enjoy to this. I like a little bit of dill in here, and a little bit of cayenne, just for a tiny bit of a spice. I do believe that cayenne is really good for you and good for your metabolism in revving up the metabolism. This bowl here hardly has any calories and has a ton of nutrients. And this is going to really, really fill you up and nourish you, and you don't have to feel guilty about coming back for seconds on this one.
Remember, the secret with soups is you want them to be fairly hot, so you have to eat them very slowly.
That's beautiful. Lovely.
So if you want to talk a little bit, just briefly, we'll just talk a little bit about the beans. The beans are a good source of B vitamins and protein, and B vitamins are very important for your metabolism and brain functioning. The protein, obviously, in there is a good source of plant-based protein. They're loaded with fiber. Beans are considered one of the most satisfying foods. They also have a starch in there that is pretty resistant to digestion. So even though you may be taking in 100 calories of beans, you're not going to actually take in 100 calories per se, because your body really can't break down certain sugars in there, so they're kind of resistant. So it's a wonderful weight loss food. The kelp noodles are so filling. Whether you soak them and heat them up or you eat them crunchy, it doesn't matter. With any of the soups that we encourage for weight loss, you always have the option of adding 1 to 2 cups more of steamed vegetables, just to create more of a bulk in there. The secret that I've used for my clients all these years that they've lost 100, 150 pounds in a year is this combination that we've showed you. These salads, then a soup first. So the soup has to be hot. So by the time you've ate all the salad, then you're eating a very hot soup very slowly. Your brain is already getting the signal, wow, I'm full. By the time the entree comes, you're not going to eat a lot of it. So soups are one of the most important foods that we could add for a weight loss program. So hope you enjoy these.